Hey everybody, what's up? This is a response video to Genetic Blend's video called Has YouTube Changed for You Too? Or something like that. And his video was actually a response to B. Nestle's video. But I've known Joe for about a year. We both kind of got started about the same time. I met Joe right before he got featured, actually. We both took part in a collaboration called um, This Is My Vloggerhood, or This Is Our Vloggerhood, or something like that. And I consider Joe one of my friends on YouTube that I've known kind of from the beginning, kind of my first little core group of people, and they all kind of came from that collaboration video. And your question, your video pertained to the idea: has the site changed for you in the past year? And when I look at the friendships I made, kind of that a lot of them started from that collaboration. Yeah, stuff has changed. A lot of those people aren't around yet. A lot of people, in my mind, have gotten better, but a lot of people have changed focus. And a lot of things have happened with that. But we are all going through this together. But as we all change and grow on the site, as you said, the ego thing does creep in there. Suddenly there's an awareness of subscribers, there's an awareness of comments, there's awareness of views. And for me, when the partner thing kicked in, it kind of added to that. I haven't rushed to join or to be a partner yet. Someday I will, someday soon probably. But it's not a huge priority to me, only because the only thing I really want from it is the banner. I don't see any other real benefit to it. Um, but I think when you start getting all those things, our focus does change, and it's this unobtainable, or kind of this odd sense of what can we do to better our channel, to keep pushing, to get more views, to keep feeding the ego. Well, with that said, it's kind of a two-way street, and this is what I started commenting on your video. It's a two-way street. A lot of us have roughly the same amount of subscribers right now. When we started, we all had, under 100. You saw somebody with 100 and you thought that was huge. And so we all have grown, and we've all had these growing pains. We've all had the hater problems now. We've all had the people that constantly spam our channels. We've all had, just all these little things that we all kind of learn to deal with, that you do develop a thick skin for. And what I'm finding is, because I'm growing and changing with this select group of people who started about a year ago, that I just have more in common with them. And it's frustrating because, like you said, there's so many good people on the site that I just don't have time to communicate with like I want to, or to watch their videos, or to subscribe to. One of the things I've tried doing is staying true to my subscriptions, and who I do subscribe to, I try to watch their stuff. So I don't subscribe to a lot of people. And I see people say, well, just sub to me, or I'll sub to you, you sub back. No, to me that's still a tangible number. It still means something. It's not this collection and this number and look what I have, and then it means nothing. So we've all been through this, but so it's harder for me. I feel like I'm at a saturation point with communication and things that I can do. Now, that's not saying I'm closing myself off to new people, because people do come and go on the site, and as these internet friendships blossom into real life, some friendships last, others wilt away. That's a sad truth. That's like all friendships. But there's a capacity we all have with our lives outside of the site, that you can only kind of be friends with so many people, or get to know in real life, or email, or whatever. I feel like I'm at that point now. And yeah, my friendships have changed, and yet there are some constants. There are some that I've been friends with for the past year, or almost a year, that I feel like I've grown with. But what's happened for me is, I kind of feel like, in my mind, there's these different levels, these different tiers. And the tiers have nothing to do with subscriber numbers. It kind of has to do with who started when. The first tier was probably Reneto, Bohem, and kind of that group, the YouTube originals, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know how many other subgroups there were until the group that I feel like I'm part of kind of showed up. Somewhere this summer, I kind of feel like the next tier kicked in, and I've become close with a lot of those people. Um, and yet there's a newer tier coming in, and it is harder for them to be integrated into it, into what we do. Um, and it's challenging for me, being somebody who looks at the community side of things, wants to get to know people. It's hard to limit that. So you try to reach out to new people, but you have to balance that at the expense of the existing friends. And it's a balance. And people start putting this stuff onto you, like, why don't you subscribe to me? I subscribe to you. Or why do you think you're so great just because you have all these subscribers, or blah blah blah. And it's like, people put stuff on you. They portray stuff onto you that isn't true, just merely based on the amount of time you've had with the site, and things that just naturally happen, like subscribers. And I always think it's funny, people have this concept that a lot of us got to where we are easily, that to where we are actually means something, that these numbers mean something. And they feel like we're holding out or not sharing, in the fun, and that couldn't be any farther from the truth. So yeah, in that way, long story short, the site has changed for me. But I think the reason I shy away from like a response channel, or jumping into the partner thing, is, to me, the basics of this, the communicating back and forth, making vlogs, making, for me, art videos, the occasional comedy video, that hasn't changed. And the friendships I'm getting from this, I mean, those have changed. Some of them have. But that's the ultimate thing that's come out of this. So yeah, the site is kind of what we make of it. And I think for the new people up there, all I can say is, yeah, it is different. And it's different for you guys than it is for some of us. And I hate even distinguishing that, but I really feel like that's how it happens. And yeah, I feel like there's a rift between me and the people who have a lot more subs than I do, only because they're kind of a community who grew up on the site together, who've been through the same experiences together. So these people do tend to collaborate more, and I think that's how your sub pockets happen. So don't, for the new people, don't be frustrated. It happens, but please don't put this stuff onto somebody who has more subs than you, and have these expectations of them. We all only have so much time to spend on this site in our daily lives. And most of us probably spend way too much time on here the way it is. But we all have jobs and families and friends and social lives and hectic calendars, that eat up our time the way it is. So it is a delicate balance. And for me, that balance has only gotten more complex in the past year. But a lot of that is a good thing. A lot of it is me trying to up my talent, be more involved with collaboration, and be friends with more people as I meet more and more wonderful people. It does take more time socially. And thanks to this site, whether it's in real life, the real life meetups I'm having now, or via chat, email and stuff, I feel like socially, my social calendar, just with these YouTube internet friends, is more than it ever was. And I think that's what we all respond to, is there's so many great people here. So I've kind of rambled on long enough. So thanks, Joe, for the great response. Thanks, Brian, for bringing it up. And thanks to everybody who's watched me. Thanks to all my subs. And please don't take any offense to this, or like any ego. I mean, we all are going through this just in our own ways. So yeah, we're just all, I'm a normal schmuck from Wisconsin who happens to have 760 some subscribers, and it'll happen to you guys too if you keep working at it. And just remember, what do those numbers mean? And now I'm trailing off because I want to use up all the 10 minutes. Alright, talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Bye.